Yeah, that's not.
But on the computer now, with the webcam on it, I can record on the computer. So I'm hoping that at least I get some without sound. I don't know.
Okay.
So hopefully that will work.
Okay. Thank you.
I can tell you about your smartboard though. I used it in tech and I loved it because I didn't have to keep racing back to my computer. My computer was always at one end and my screen was at the other end. And so instead of having to have a student, which is always a racing matter because you didn't know if they were going to click on what you wanted them to or if they were going to go somewhere else. But it was nice to be able to be up at the smartboard and click where I wanted to go and have it go there without having to go back to the computer and click on the next tab or click, what I wanted to do. I was able to stand up there and show them, this is where you're supposed to go. This is what you're supposed to do next. This is how you get there. And so that was nice. But I really used it as kind of a glorified, large monitor. I didn't actually use any of the smartboard lessons or technology that went.
So it does connect to my regular desktop and I can just use it as a monitor, as you said. Okay. So I can't hear you now.
So what do you want to know?
Okay.
Okay.
So Jesse, how can we help you?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just logging in to see if you guys have any additional tips.
Okay.
What I need is more one-on-one. I need to know how to use my Elmo or my document camera when I'm recording. I don't think I have the right cords to hook my camera to it right now. So I think that might be a building tech person that needs to get me hooked up. But teaching art and recording those lessons, they need to see my hands and they need to figure, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So when you're using your Elmo and it's projecting on your computer screen, can you record it from your computer screen?
I don't know. Probably. Never thought about that.
I haven't experimented with that yet.
Me neither.
Somebody else had said, yeah. Yeah. Take some time today and mess with somebody. Make one and see what happens, and then. Does your Elmo work?
Yeah. My Elmo works. And when my Elmo's on, I don't see what I have on my Elmo. I don't see that on my computer. I guess I don't understand what you mean. When my computer, do you see what I'm saying? When I'm doing something, it shows up on my screen. It doesn't show up on my computer.
It shows up through the projector.
Right.
But it doesn't show up through the computer.
Right.
Got it.
So that's what I don't really know how to do, and I need to know before I get too far into art classes.
Okay.
So
not really a record button on your Elmo.
Right. So I think I need a way to hook my laptop or something directly into my laptop. But people were telling me that you can record your, when you're on Zoom you can record what you're doing on your Elmo. I just haven't seen anyone do it, and I don't know how to do it. And I don't know if I have the right cords to do it. So that's what I need to learn today sometime. I might
Take
YouTube
some
it.
time today and YouTube it.
Yeah.
Like look it up and see what they suggest, and then you know what to ask tech. Then you don't sound stupid. I'm always afraid of that.
I don't care if I sound stupid. Just fix me.
Oh man.
I'm a walking sloppy copy / rough draft. It's okay.
Killing me. Okay. Hello, Jennifer. How are you?
Good.
Good. I was kind of doing a / like if you had questions, then I would be happy to answer them, but I'm not one to have a slide presentation for you to take with you or to look back on. And so I'm just like, how can I help you? How can I answer questions that you're stuck with? But I think I will do like a short, like I'll walk you through how to take a video and put it into, get it to a slide, to Google Classroom, to YouTube, or however we're gonna do it, okay?
Okay.
Are we good with that? Okay. So I'm gonna try and share on my, oh, well, wait a minute. It said I disabled screen sharing. That was nice. Let me try again. Hi, how are you? Okay. Okay, so on your Chromebook, you have a camera right down here at the bottom, okay? If you don't, is there anybody who doesn't have a camera?
I don't have a camera.
Okay,
I just have my video.
here you go. So down here, you go to the circle down here in the corner and you click it and you're just gonna type in camera. So C-A-M-O-M. Pull it down into the bar. I can't because it's already down here, but you'll pull it down into the bar so that you can have ready access to it, okay? You can do that with any app because you
Oh. Okay. I should be doing it over, listening to it over there.
Can you jump back into it over here so we can project it even?
And then once the video is done, once I push stop, the video that I just made is going to be right here in this circle. Do you see kind of a snippet right here? When I click this, it's going to take it right to my file. It's showing me the video right in my file. Okay, then I go here and I'm going to name it. So however, like this is another organizational thing that we're gonna figure out in the next couple of weeks. I'm not sure what you ended up naming your videos throughout the spring, but maybe naming them week 1, day 1, you know, week 2, day 2, or giving them a number or something might be really helpful to keeping it organized, okay? So this is,
I'm sorry to interrupt.
this is a number talk. So I'm gonna say number talk. Okay, naming it here is going to make it easier when you start taking it other places. You'll be able to find it easier. You'll be able to place it, and then you won't have to come back and sift through the numbers. And but there are other places to name it. If you forget to name it here, you can always name it somewhere else. I'm going to push the X because once I've named it, I'm really done with it. Okay, and I can close the camera. And then for me, I'm going to go to YouTube. Like I said, I like to use this platform because I like to use this platform because all my students have access to YouTube. It's on their phone, whether it's on their phone, like everybody had access to YouTube. And so it was just a platform everybody could see the video and we didn't have to worry about the formatting and stuff. When you go to YouTube, you're going to go over to the corner. Up in the very top corner here is a person, or it's the letter, okay? Your first initial. And when you click it, I just need you to make sure that you're logged in as yourself. Make sure that it's your school account, okay? That'll be key, because I know sometimes it flips back and forth between your personal and your school. You are going to go down to YouTube Studio, and you'll click on YouTube Studio, and then you'll be able to upload it here. Now, in my previous lessons, the last couple of weeks, there was this really nice upload button right here, and that is how people to log in, but it's not there anymore. And so I want you to realize that it might be here for you if you haven't had any videos in a long time, or you might have to go over and use the up arrow over here to upload your video. And all you're going to do is you're going to push select files. I like to go up to recent because it will look for the recent ones, and usually I've just made a video, that will be the first one that pops up. Obviously, we've been doing a lot more work the last few days, so I'm going to go down to videos and see if I can find it there. Oh, look. It's not. Is it in my download? Number talk video. So it'll work. You know, you do more searching than you do. Hey, when you find it, that'll be the last place you look though. And push open. We talked about in one of my other trainings that for some people, it was taking a really long time to upload. And I just think it's the amount of users that are now using YouTube platform that I don't know if there's going to be a faster way once everybody across the country is all trying to do their video content and stuff. So just be patient. You can do a description down here and let your families know kind of what's in the video, or your students, or you can leave that blank. Right here is where you're going to get the picture that's going to show up. I was getting tired of having my nose hairs or my eyeballs closed or whatever, so I made a thumbnail, and I just went to Google Slides and made kind of a slide with my Bitmoji in it. And I put it in, oh, way to be organized, right? Title slides. You need to make the slide, the Google slide, a JPEG. So when you go to save it, you're going to go to download, and you're going to make it a JPEG so that you can use it as the title slide. So we can go through that in a little bit too when we get over to slides. So you'll click it and push open, and it'll put the slide on there for you. I kind of made it the same so my families always knew, like, this was one of my videos. Like, they knew that this was part of my series or whatever. I also like to do playlists in YouTube. So I would come down and I would name it, like, a lot of these videos were for the open house, or I was doing a lot of tutorial videos. So I named one. To do a new playlist, you're just going to click new playlist, and you're going to type in, say, September 8th through the 11th. So you know that all your lessons are in 1 week, okay? Or you'll do like week 1, week 2, I think. So somehow, however you're gonna keep it organized, this is one place that you could try and organize it. The nice thing is you can make your playlist later, and you can pull videos into it later. So just because you did it, like, you don't have to do it now. It's just a nice tool once you have your organizational system set up that you can kind of save them there. When you get to visibility, this is where you get to choose if you want it to be public and you want everyone to be able to see it, or if you want to make it private. That means that that only people who are looking for it are going to see it. It's not going to show up on the shared screen. And then unlisted is when they have to have the link from you in order to view it. So if they don't have that link, they can't see the video. So you would have to either embed it somewhere, or you would have to send it to them. So A lot of my videos I did as unlisted in the spring, but my families were watching on their phones and they were watching on their smart TVs, and they asked me to make it public so that they could view it on the, like they could search me and find me and watch them on there. So all of the videos are being recorded. I think they're in your files. So on your computer, you're going to go to your files. On your Chromebook, you're going to go to your file. That's another one that you can go to your circle. Sorry, I have a question in the chat. Okay, and you can pull your files down and then you'll be able to view all your videos. Oh, you want to see my tutorial videos? Well, they're on the links from, you know, that document that Mary sent us. You can pick up my link there and you could watch it, Jesse. Or I can send you my channel.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Bottom line, I was like, what did she just say? And instead of making me repeat everything, I'm like, I need to rewatch that part.
Okay.
I'm like, where are all of these videos being kept?
I can show you how to, I will send it to you.
Okay.
That will be good.
Sorry, everyone.
You are fine. I'm going to make this one unlisted because I have kids in it, and I really, this is just used as an example. So I think I'm going to be good. I did not actually make a playlist. So I'm going to push cancel, but you would just push create, and it will pop up here in the rest of the playlist, and you can just choose which one you want it to go in and choose done.
Yeah, I missed the step of where you're at right now. This number clock thing. Like, what is this?
This is a video, and now I'm in YouTube.
I know that you're in YouTube, and I know that you're in your studio. Is this a separate file, like a playlist that you created, Number Talk?
Number Talk is the name I gave the video.
Okay.
Like, I just picked a video that I had made, and I named it Number Talk.
Okay. Sorry, I got distracted and missed that.
You're fine.
Thing.
And then I'm just trying to figure out where to, so I'm trying to put it, so I'm just rolling down this very first screen as I'm going to save it and choosing a playlist. And then I'm going to choose my audience. I always say, even if I'm making a tutorial for you, I say, yes, it's made for kids. Okay?
Right.
This takes ads out of it. And that content that you're kind of concerned about parents seeing or kids seeing. So that'll take it that out for you. And then you can right here copy the link, and this is like if you made it unlisted, then you can take this URL and post it anywhere. You can post it in an email, you can post it in Remind, you can post it on Dojo. We'll take it to a slide and I'll show you how to embed it so that kids can click on it in a Google slide. So we'll go through that next. But this is what you're gonna push, and there will be multiple opportunities to push this throughout the process. So you don't have to, if you miss it here, you can always come back and get it another time. We'll push next.
Announcements of Google Classroom? Like make an announcement?
Yes, you can put it in your announcements.
Okay. All right, I'm getting this now, Becca.
You can put it anywhere because it is a URL.
Right.
Again, it's going to ask you if you want it unlisted. Sometimes I like to schedule them and say, okay, like Tuttle said, she wants the videos to come out Monday morning or not Monday next week. Don't do a video on Monday morning next week, but on Tuesday morning. So you could schedule your videos to come out at 7 o'clock on Tuesday and at 7 o'clock so as you're loading them into YouTube, they can be a scheduled release. For those students who subscribe to your channel, that button at the bottom that they can push, they'll actually get an alert that says, hey, you just published a video. So that's a nice feature that some of them, especially if they're familiar with YouTube, that they'll be like, ooh, I'll subscribe to your channel. And so that was kind of nice because then parents kind of got an email that said, hey, she posted some more, so they're available now. Again, this is the copy code. So if you want to just click it and copy it, again, it's another opportunity for you to take it wherever you want. So that's another place. Now, if you get to the end of the video, you've uploaded it, you're totally onto something else, and you're like, crap, I did not copy that. How in the world am I going to get back to it to be able to use it? You can go in, like I said, over here in your little person, as long as you're in YouTube Studio, you're going to go to your videos or your playlist, and you should be able to copy it right from there. So right here, I can go to that number talk, and I can click my buttons here, and I can say I want a shareable link, and then I can take that link and put it anywhere. So there's always a place to come back to so that you can get it if you forgot it in that initial process of uploading it, okay? Are we clear as mud here? Jesse, I'm gonna go to my playlist here. And I'm going to go to, ooh, will you scroll? Will it scroll? I'm going to go to my Techie Tutor videos. I didn't want to edit it. I just want to see, we all make mistakes. And I'm going to copy that link from the channel. So I'm going to send you the whole channel.
Okay, thanks.
And then you can choose which ones you want. While it takes its time. Okay. Okay. So I am going to move from YouTube now. Does anybody have any YouTube specific questions? Anything they're interested there, or they did not get, or they're wondering? Yes, I see a hand in the back.
5, 6 different playlists, but now I don't see how to make a playlist.
Okay. So Tanya, where are you?
I'm in YouTube, in my channel.
And you are in my channel. Nope, don't go to my channel. Go to YouTube Studio. Make sure it still says Studio. You see I exited out of it somehow?
YouTube Studio, okay, got it.
Make sure you're in Studio. And then you can go to Playlists. And you can go up here and you can make a new one. Okay? Then when you go back to your videos, you can say, I want this video to go in this playlist, and you can kind of organize in your videos where you want them to go. Okay? There's a pencil. Right here. And it just opens it all back up, and then you'll be able to go in and say, wait a minute, I need to put that in a different playlist now. So it just takes you right back, and then you're able to say, it's on the right-hand side now. This is where I want to put it. Okay? Anybody else at this point have questions?
I do.
I think, Jesse, I just got James in. I'm hoping.
I have a question, Rebecca.
Yes.
So just to clarify, any of my videos that I have on unlisted, they don't show up like so you couldn't search them out or find them. I would have to just share them with someone, correct?
Nobody can, like, you can't search me on YouTube and find the videos that I made unlisted.
Right. So in order for you to see that, I would have to share it with you, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome. Is James in now, Jesse? Do you know?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank
Good. No problem. It's just you're looking, you can tell I'm trying to do multiple.
Yep.
I'm trying to stay on top of it. Okay. Once my video is uploaded here and I have that link copied, I can take it anywhere. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to Google Slides, and you can see I don't have slides down here as one. So like I said, you're just going to go to the circle and you can pull it down and you can add it to your bar at the bottom here. Well, or you can just click it and it'll take you there. Now I'm thinking I like this one, and I'm just going to reuse this for my lesson. So I'm going, oh, I wanted to copy it. Will you copy it? See, because I put all my dots on it, and I got the right color. And who wants to remake something you already have that's cute? Right, Jeff Mofield? Okay, I'm going to make a copy of, well, sure, the entire presentation. And I'm going to call it my lesson plan. Lesson plan for DK. Okay. Yeah, I guess I didn't introduce myself, but people are coming and going, so that's difficult. I am Rebecca Hughes, and I have done technology with the district for 8 years. And this year I'm doing developmental kindergarten at Bryant. I'm doing young 5. So a huge change. But I think in terms of, we were discussing yesterday about logging kindergartners, and I'm not going too far because I think I'll be repeating the directions quite a few times in this position as well. Okay, so once you're in a slide, you can take your link and you can put it anywhere. Like I totally could take my Bitmoji here and I could make, I can hyperlink it and have the kids click on my picture and then they'll see my video. So if I do this every time, they'll know, hey, all I have to do is click on Mrs. Hughes to see the video, okay? So that might be, I could take my link and just put it there and apply it. And then they'll just, when they click on me. But over here, I'm thinking, like for my lesson, I don't know if I would make it that size. Watch the lesson or story or whatever. Sorry, I'm messing with the details. 1, 2, oh, that's nice. No, how about over here? I wondered how that would, I was able to silence everything else, but I don't think I can silence my phone. Click on me, watch the lesson, color the paper.
Ooh. Wow.
Add a
5, 4, 6, 8.
picture.
Okay.
And then I might give them a blank slide where they can put their picture. I'm going to tell you, I love this. This stuff, the boxes on here stinks. I hate them. So I go up to layout and I go to the last one, the blank one, and I just take it all out because those boxes, like kids get frustrated. Like, am I supposed to type in there? Am I not supposed to type in there? Do you want me to put something over it? Like, so when I take it out, I think it just works better. So that's so they might attach a picture here and then they can turn it in as an assignment in my Google Classroom. So we'll do that next. Now, you absolutely here, this is driving me nuts. Get on the slide. No, the slide. I could take watch the lesson and I could highlight watch the lesson and go up to the broken link right there, that insert link, and click it. And I could make those words have my video. So they would just click watch the lesson and my video would be there. I could have the book's title right there and they could click it and watch the book. Like, you can take your link and you literally can put it on anything. They just need to know what it's on so they know what to click. So maybe there's a note at the bottom, or on a slide presentation I made yesterday in a speech bubble, it said click on everything that's red, and all the red things were links in there to other videos and websites that they needed to go to. So just make sure they know what you want them to do, like what they need to click on before you like get all cutesy and like put it in odd places. Like if I were to click one of these little dots, I could totally make it one of, find the right pink dot to find your movie today. So those are all choices, okay? So what are you thinking in terms of your assignments? Like when you're thinking, I'm gonna turn it in, or I'm gonna do, I know there have been a lot of different outlines shared and stuff, because I think some people have looked at like doing slides for the whole week and having kids fill them in. Like that's another option to do, but do you understand how to kind of tuck the videos in there as well? We're good? It's just silent. Okay. When you push the hyperlink, yes, you just paste the URL in.
So you have to go to all of your different things, copy them, and paste them in there.
If you're doing multiple videos, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Okay, I am gonna leave slides and I'm gonna go to Google Classroom now. I'm looking at time and I don't wanna waste your time.
So if a kid watches your video and you want them to say like, what was your takeaway from this? How do they submit that to you? In Google Classroom?
They would, if you saw my blank slide, they could write it on the blank slide.
Thank you.
Okay, or I'll show you another way to do that in Google Classroom. So my Google Classroom is down here. I'm gonna click it. I'm gonna come up here and I'm going to go to my classwork. When I go to classwork, I'm gonna create a new assignment, but Chris, you totally could make a question with what you just asked me in a question, and then they'll be able to answer the question, and once they've pushed submit on their answer, they'll be able to read what their peers have written as well. So that's a really nice piece to be able to do something just simple where you just want them to respond, but you don't need them to actually make their own document and attach it and send it to you so you can flip through 30 of them. These, when you do the question right here, you'll be able to actually view all of their answers right in a stream. So you could have a checklist and just say, okay, he answered. Well, that was not thoughtful, but you know, if he responded today. So I think in terms of when they were talking about attendance and they were asking that you have something that they actually turned in on that day, this would be another one where you could say, hey, it's time-stamped. When they responded, should be time-stamped. And so you could see the kids all answered before 3 o'clock today, you know, or these kids answered before 3 o'clock today. And then you could say that they were all able to watch the video and respond to it. So I'm going to suggest that that might be a good idea, but I know there are quite a few changing features out there. So so for me, for that slide presentation, I would go to assignment. And I would say that this is a number talk. Because that's what I called my video. And I would say, open the slideshow, follow the directions, turn in the slideshow with a picture. So I would want them to color a paper that I sent home with them and then take a picture of it and put it on the slide, the blank slide that I put at the bottom. I need to go over to add. You can also go to create and create right here in Google Classroom the assignment that you want them to make. So you could make it here if you didn't want to go to slides, or if you forgot and you were like, oh shoot, I haven't even made it yet. You can always go here and create it. So I'm going to go to my Google Drive. And you see that you could add your YouTube video right there too. If you had that URL, you could click that YouTube video that you want and you want it attached right here. That's also another option. It's going to click the one that I just made and I'm going to insert it. And right now I am going to go over, and I don't want my students to be able to view it. I want each of them to have their own copy so that they could take a picture of their work and paste it on their own. I don't want them to just view it or all paste on one slide. So I'm going to make a copy for them. The other thing I want you to notice, because all of your students are not online, I want you to come over here and where it says this is your classes. So Jesse, you might be assigning to 6 or 7 classes here. You can click them all and send them the same assignment. But the other nice feature is you could come here and you can say, you know what, these are my online students. I'm sorry, I got kindergarten, so I have no students right now. But I could click my 2 that are online and assign it just to them so it's not coming up in my other student stream. So they would see what's assigned to them. But in your all students, you should be able to just click on the kids you want it assigned to and just send it to them, which would be, I think is what we're kind of aiming for, is to kind of tailor it to the right kids right now. You can make the points, or you can do it ungraded. Like you just need to collect it. Like you need to see that they did it. So, or you can make it points, make a due date. Make it that day, make it the next day, make it, everything has to be turned in by the end of the week. But this is going to show up on the front of Google Classroom in a series of due dates. It's going to show up as notifications to their parents or to them that, hey, you got stuff coming up and you didn't get it turned in yet. So that will be good reminders for your online students that, hey, you still have stuff out there that you haven't taken care of yet. So giving it a due date, I think, is just going to help give them more, I don't know, reminders. If that, and we all know how those go. So pick a due date. Topics are just another way for you to organize stuff. So if you're trying to do, like if you're doing a unit, you want to name it all under one unit. If you're doing a, but week by week, you might want to do it just like you did in YouTube. You might want to make week 1, week 2, or put the dates on there so you know where your stuff is, but that will help you go back and be able to sift through it later on. Some of you are going to be using rubrics, like you're going to be grading a project on like a set of information. So you're going to want to attach that so that students can see that. This is a really nice feature because in the past, I had to make the rubric a separate assignment for them so that they could see it, and then I could kind of check it, or they could do their own self-grading, and then I could go back and self-grade it. So this is nice that it's all attached and it's all put in one place. I think the rubric has to be, I want to say a sheet, but I'm not sure. I've never done one here. The other thing we've also been talking about, just like in YouTube, you can schedule your assignments. As you're doing them this week, you can schedule it to go out on the day you want it to. So say I want my number talk to go out on as a lesson for Wednesday, I can schedule it that I want it to go out on next Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Not PM, AM. I don't know. Some of us are talking about 7 o'clock. And then you can schedule it, and then it will stay, it will come up in your feed right at the, in your assignments that you've got one saved that's gonna pop up, but it's not ready. It's the time hasn't, your scheduled time hasn't come yet. So that is an option as well. And then you're gonna push assign. That will send it out to them.
Becca, if we assign a time, don't we need to do that separately for each class that we have if we're in secondary?
That's what I'm hearing. You guys are doing every hour?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I thought.
That's a huge pain because then you can't assign it all together. You're going to have to keep making the same assignment over and over again. But I will tell you, Sean, there's a nice feature now that you can copy the assignment. Like when you're in your assignments, you can copy it and then you could take it to a different class and then you could paste it in there, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Anything to save you time.
Right. Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Yesterday, I've been working on the virtual classroom. And yesterday I took the copy URL and I copied it and then went back to my slideshow and embedded it and linked it. And then it went right back. So when they're looking at the slideshow, they can click on the assignment, Word assignment, and it'll take them right to Google Classroom. So maybe that would help with the middle school and high school kiddos that have, different hours and different, but the same assignment.
So what you're saying is when you did your assignment or you did a classroom, you embedded Google Classroom somewhere in it?
Into the, I copied this URL for my assignment.
Yep.
Then I went to my slide. So if you go back to your lesson plan PK slide there.
Right.
And then just, go, say go to Google Classroom and then they select on Google Classroom and it should take them back to the Google Classroom.
Okay. I trust you. You can take a URL anywhere.
That might help some.
Okay. Can I do it? Okay. That was a lot. So how can I help you? What questions do you have now? Yes, Jeff.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I understand how to assign the assignment's not a problem. My question is for those kids because I had kids last year, how do I turn it back in? Like how are they turning that assignment back in? So how can I explain it to my kids So I know that they understand that this is, once I assign it, this is the process to turn it back in.
Okay, so when they click on the assignment, in Docs, if you send them a Google Doc, the sign in button is right at the top of the doc. It's sweet. It's really nice. But I don't understand why that's the only Google application that has a turn in button. So with slides, with sheets, with anything else, they're going to have to go back to your Google Classroom, click on the assignment, and there's a turn in button right in the top right-hand corner. Yeah, you turned your mic off, Jeff.
So if it's, I mean, I put all my assignments for my online kids in Classroom. And
Yes.
so they should be able just to open up there and do the work there and then just resubmit it, correct?
So what is happening on their Chromebook is every time they open an assignment up, it's taking them to the slides application. It's taking them to the docs application. And then they're going to have to find their way back to Classroom to turn it in.
So how do I explain that to a fourth grader?
They did it with Mary.
Oh, well, I'll tell you, in this spring, I mean, I had kids that, how do I turn stuff back in? And I was unfamiliar with it myself. So we kind of just, I put stuff out there in a way that they don't have to really turn it back in, but just answer on the comment section, like ask a question and got their answers that way. But, I don't know. I just want to make sure I'm very clear about it with my kids so that if we do go back to stage or phase 3, that all my kids understand how to do this.
But I think this is where Tuttle was saying this week, like this upcoming week, get the Chromebooks in your room. Do a fun assignment in your room where the kids are going to all have to log in. They're all going to have to go to your Google Classroom. They're all going to have to try an assignment out. Make it just fun. Make them have them answer a question or do something or fill in a slide and draw a picture or post a picture off of something off of like put a clip art or something on there and send it to you. Have them practice something simple so they're familiar with the platform this week. Then the next week, do it again. And do it again. Because yes, you're right. This is, yeah. Yep. Okay, what do you think?
I think the fourth grade will be fine. It's going to be fun with, kindergarten special ed.
Yes, that's really where we're training the parents.
I know.
And there are
I'm
a lot of
joking with him.
videos out there for parents.
I'm joking with him. I appreciate all this. I'm just joking. No, I appreciate this. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Okay, are we good? Yeah, I'm gonna let you go. I did record it, but because the sound on my computer isn't working, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to post the link. So you could come and watch this later on if you think that would be helpful, but I'm sorry. Okay, you guys have a great day.
Becca, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
I have one question.
Yes, James.
Can you share your screen again and show us where that turn in button is on the screen once they're back at the assignment?
Okay, I can't because I'm not a student.
Oh, okay.
But I will show you this. Let me show you this, James. Where the assign button is right up here, this is where it is. It's the same location for their turn-in button.
Okay.
Okay. And I really think this is going to help when you're in the classroom, when you're actually doing it with the students. You'll be able to see what they see on their screen, and that will help give you some perspective later on. Okay.
what they see on their screen.
You'll be able to walk around the classroom and see.
What about the different learners?
Thanks, Becca.
Yep, you're welcome.
Becca, I have a quick question, which may be
Yes.
really dumb, but did you just say that we're going to be able to see their screens? They can share them with us?
Okay, stop. What I'm saying is, Sean, if next week you have them with their Chromebooks and you have them turn an assignment in, you could walk around in the room and you could see their screen and kind of get their perspective just by you, like them having their Chromebooks open, them being in your classroom. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, no, there's not a great way unless they're taking screenshots and sending them to you, which is a pain in the butt.
Okay, thank you. That's what I wasn't sure about. I appreciate it.
Yep.
I was gonna say, to help some of the students, if they are virtual, before I have done that, like where I've made like kind of my test student or whatever, so that way I was able to go in and kind of see their side of different platforms. So that's something that, I mean, as people are setting up their Google Classrooms, they could kind of make up their own, like, I've named them after my
Jennifer,
dogs.
how did you do that? Because we really struggled with that in the spring, that we ended up using our own kids and putting them in other people's classrooms, and they would text us and say, hey, could you go to my class and with your son's login and see what he sees? Like, that's what we ended up doing because we weren't able to make fake students.
I guess because, I mean, using the login with it, like being able to, like, yeah, basically giving somebody else your code with it. So, because any student, like if they have the code, could get into your classroom.
Well, now,
You need their student ID and stuff to do that, so it won't work. It'll also
For that one. Okay. I was gonna say for different platforms, like with that I've used, so like Epic, things like that, I was able to give out or make a dummy one. Okay.
I just bribe one of my students when we're walking through it and have them log in on my computer so that I can put it on my screen so that the kids can, and I give them a piece of candy. I'm like, who's willing to be brave? And then they put it up on my screen.
Okay.
That's how I get around it.
yep. The other nice thing is if you got a Chromecast is amazing because then if it's unlocked, you can say, hey, Johnny, you cast your screen up on the screen and they can cast right from their Chromebooks up to the, through your projector. That's a nice feature, but I think there are a lot of headaches that go along with it at the upper levels. Okay. Is it Katie? I think she's got. Are we good? Okay. Hey. Okay. I will see you later. Thank you for joining me.